All right, and you know what they say, everybody, if at first you do not succeed, try again, right? So that's what we're doing here, guys. Yeah, we're trying. So I'm gonna wait for a couple people to pile in. Thank you, everybody, for whoever was here earlier. We at one point reached several people all at once. We turned off all the internet. We scooted the Wi-Fi adapter closer. We even pointed both arrows to make sure that this doesn't happen. We definitely have enough internet broadband to get back to me. It's just the signal issue sometimes. You know how Wi-Fi is, right? Good old Wi-Fi. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you for joining the chat. We really love what you guys have to say. Please feel free to use that chat, guys. At least while I'm talking here for the first couple minutes before I bring Aridif in. Yeah, see, we're back. That's great. Before we get to that, guys, I'm going to make sure that the internet's going to continue going through all that stuff. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Julie Sunshine 333. We miss being here, guys. And thank you, guys. TF Banks, appreciate it. Starseed, Extraterrestrial Channelings. For those of you who were not here, I mean, boom. You guys see we got a new place. We have a new baby, 5 months old. So everything is going really well. If you want belly bumps, Julie, you can check Facebook. Yeah, well, I've got one too, but it's not so adorable as Kalina's was. Actually, you know what, guys? Hey, sweetie, is baby available to come see dad? All right, guys. You guys wait till you get a load of this, right? Right? Meet a new family member. And the best thing about being in this part of Kalamazoo, we're right across the street, like literally right across the street from, oh my gosh, what is it called? I always mess up. It's not a Whole Foods. It's, anyway, it's one of those stores, and I can drink soda again. Organic soda made from stevia. I can drink it. Love it. All right, guys, hold on. Here we go. Be ready for the biggest overdose of adorability in the history of life. She just got out of a nap. All right.
I didn't get on camera.
We would like you to meet Lilith. Lilith, the tiny baby. The wonderful and beautiful Lilith Satori. There you go. Stand up on Dad's leg. There you go.
Don't let her die for phone.
Yeah, good.
She's been quite the pooper today.
Yep, she is rocking and rolling, right, guys? Right? Right? How adorable is that? How adorable is this little girl?
She's like, "What's going on?" I just woke up.
Yeah, she just woke up.
Snack.
She wants some boob milk, and she gets a camera flash instead, right? All right. Dad loves you, baby. Gotta go back to mom. All right, guys. Bye, everybody. Bye. See you later. All right.
I can watch chat. I found a place where I can watch, but I don't think I can interact. So I'll be with you guys.
All right. Kalina's here in heart and mind, but the device that she can actually type on takes too much internet away. So,
all right. Yeah. Oh, she's looking very amused, Daddy. She's like, "What is all of this?" She's looking at the box, like, "What the f?" Lilith
Satori, everybody. Let's give a hand for Lilith. You know, it's weird too. I've got a very weird nickname for her. And all of our Patreon people, because our Patreon people have been seeing us regularly. We're there twice a month. But the nickname for her is Burglar. And for whatever reason.
Well, you just said you didn't know why at first.
Yeah.
I said, I know exactly why you're calling her burglar. She burgled our house.
Did you just hear her? She just talked to everybody.
You want to talk to everybody?
Hey, sweetie.
Do you have something to say?
Tell us how you feel. Come here. Tell us how you're feeling.
You have something to say to everybody?
Come on. Tell us how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Come on. Tell us how you're feeling. Got to get her up to camera level. Come on. Tell everyone just what you said earlier, just now. Come on. We've already got people waiting to get sessions from her. I said, Mom's a channeler, Dad's a channeler. So we said, well, we got to see if she wants to channel first. And if she does, and then we'll get you guys hooked up with sessions.
Weirdly enough, she pays avid attention to these. There she goes. She loves her hand.
Yes, her hand. She finds her hand to be the most fascinating thing in the world. So, yeah, that's been great. All right. She's not going to talk, guys. Anyway.
Watch. She'll coo at you. That's what it is.
Yeah. She loves Dad from a distance, right?
Well, we haven't explained the eye thing, which we can do later.
Yeah. There's so much stuff to get caught up with you guys about.
But she's good, guys. She's good. It's nothing we can't.
Yeah, she's really doing good. She had a rough start. Mom was in the hospital for a lot of things. Had a rough pregnancy. She came 3 weeks early. She started off with low blood sugar issues. Low weight. She actually lost weight. I mean, it was a process. We were in the hospital for quite a few days before we were able to get out and take her home, but everything's been great with her. It was something she needed as an experience, and I found that out with my son too. My son, he's got some pretty severe issues, and that's the other thing. I want to sit here and catch up with all of you guys and talk to you guys.
Yeah, we're going to. I told him, hey, it's late. School night.
It's 11:37 p.m. here, and I've got to get up at 4 in the morning to get my son driven all the way back out to the old city of past 3 Rivers so I can get him back to the school. We're going to try to get him set up in Kalamazoo school. That takes a while, and his school's important. He gets his physical therapy and all the other stuff there. Anyway, guys.
I think I'm going to get one of those drinks.
Yeah, there's one left of these.
Natural.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'll save the cola.
What is the name of that? I keep on blanking.
The Zevia?
The store that we get it from.
Oh, Earth Fair.
Earth Fair. We're like right around the Earth Fair. And, oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah, we got a couple Michiganders in the house. Yep.
Hey, what's up, neighbors?
Yeah, what's up, neighbors? Snow. Well, we had a blizzard, a miniature blizzard today.
Which Rob
I had to drive through to get Jeremy to school and back from school, so that was fun.
He'll be transferring over here soon.
Yeah, so it'll be easier. But anyway, guys, today, oh yeah, I heard her. Dad loves you, baby.
She's really excited about the room.
Yeah, well, she doesn't come back here. And by the way, this is my new office. Me and Kalina now have office space for ourselves.
We actually have 2 windows, one per person.
Right, so whenever she channels, whenever I channel, we'll be right in this room, clear and free. We don't have to do it like we did in the old place where if Kalina had to feed the baby, she had to walk through the entire room and baby would sit there in the microphone. See, that was adorable.
She's like, Daddy.
I think she's Kitty too.
And then also Chini.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Chini, you're not supposed to be here, girl.
Anyway, guys, I'm a little ADD-ish. I've had a long day, and I'm just so happy to see you guys. Now, I do want to let you guys know tonight is a special night because I'm coming on to do this channeling. I'm not going to say that I'm coming back today as full time. What my full time looks like is what it was before we had baby, which would be getting you guys a weekly channeling, a galactic channeling.
She wants you to hold her.
Getting you guys a galactic channeling every week, getting you guys a monthly opportunity to ask free questions with the open forum Q&A. And that's kind of, what I'd like to be in full time. We're not ready for full time yet. We still have a little bit more adjusting to do. We got to get settled in and unpacked. But for right now, I'm able to do this. I'm able to come back on. I'm able to say hi to you guys. I'm able to introduce you to the baby. And I'm able to get you guys all set up with
Do you see Daddy and the little baby?
Everything else. No, that screen's kind of small. Plus, she's only partially in it. Oh, yeah. But I'm saying it's far away from where we're sitting at.
You see yourself, baby.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, so that's where we're at. We're getting ready to come back full time. It's not there yet. So I want to say hello, and I'm back, but I'm not fully back yet. And when I do, you guys are going to love it. Kalina and I are going to also try our very hardest and our intent in our heart to start the Enlightenment Evolution radio network back up again, meaning multiple shows, including my own show, the Enlightenment Evolution Hour, and Kalina's show, The Earth Experience with Kalina Angell. So we're going to try to get those things back, guys. We really want to. So that's where we're at. That's what we want to do. That's exactly how we want to play it. And hopefully that'll all come. This year's the only year I have not done. Yes, sweet girl. You telling everybody about it?
Oh, I can't see her.
This is what I missed: a channel panel and an Asheville event. So as sad as I am that I didn't get to do that, I am totally not worth the time I missed. And this is something that's oh no, that was classic. That was a classic. Uh-oh. Connection's unstable, guys. Hold on. Hopefully you guys will still be able to hear me, see me, all that good stuff. Can you guys still hear me? There we go. All right, the signal dropped for a second, guys, and we're going to hope that comes back. She's going to grab baby girl, and we're going to get into the channeling. And remember, guys, my channeling is 5 to 7 minute neutralization period before there. So we're going to have a little blank time where I'm just breathing and doing all that stuff and all the good stuff. So
sorry to grab some.
No, you're fine. Dad loves you, baby. Have fun with mama.
Yay. Milk time. Snack time.
That's where we're at, guys. And yes, I love you too, sweetie. Baby, Daddy, see you soon.
Love you too, Daddy.
That's the baby voice ever. So, I'm giving you guys a hint where, like literally, I got my hair down today. I'm feeling a lot better about a lot of stuff. And, something I want to share in my radio show or just getting back on videos and talking to people. I really want to share my experience with you guys in the last couple of years because it's been a crazy one. And I always say that, and people are like, yeah, we know your life's crazy. It's busy. Woo, but it's been crazy. And the craziness is subsiding at this time. And it's really an exciting and an important time for me and an exciting, important time for a lot of people. And that's what we're doing here. That's what the video is going to be sharing, is what this next year energetically means for you people as individuals and us as a collective. I asked Aridif to share with it. I've already got some great insights from the work we've been doing at Patreon. And as you guys know, trance channeling, I'm with Treb while you guys are talking to Aridif or Treb. And everything's, a lot better. And doing a lot better. And the energy that I've had, I talked to Treb about. So what does he do? He reflects back that energy of the collective to me by sharing some things. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I do feel healthier. I do feel better. Believe it or not, I lost all this weight. I can't even remember when it was. 2017, when I went on the keto diet. I lost all this weight, and then hey, Victor, long time no see, brother. Hello. And she got pregnant, and the doctor said, you can't not have carbs. So she tried, but her body craved it, and you give in what you want.
So it'll be nice and quiet for you.
Yeah, thank you, sweetie. So, she gives in to what her body needed. She went on carb. That means I went back, so I gained weight, lost it again, lost some of it, and I'm not even back officially on keto yet. I'm going more keto every day. Keto's not for everybody, but for me, it really works. When I was at 2 months of keto, I felt better than I had since I was 25. I lost like 70 pounds in a matter of 2 months. And I really just like energy to get out of bed in the morning. I didn't need 3 coffees to get me moving 10 feet. All that stuff is just really great. So Anyway, guys, let's get down to business. It is no time but the present. I'm going to neutralize, guys. I'm going to mute my microphone down because you don't need to hear me crazy. I would like for... Hey, Raleigh, how you doing? How you doing, brother? I'd like for you guys to do me a favor, everyone in the chat who's here. There will be people coming in, and they're going to see a ceiling with no sound, and they're going to say, hey, where's Rob? Normally, I turn the camera off, but they don't have that setting. YouTube, don't even get me started with YouTube and all the changes they made. But once I'm neutralizing, I'm going to come back in 5 to 7 minutes, and then we're going to bring in Aridif. And when we do bring in Aridif to talk about this year, then everybody will be able to hear and see me again. But when people are coming in and saying, hey, is the stream on? Is it off? Because Kalina normally does it as the official moderator saying, hey, I'll be back. But can you guys please let everybody know who's coming in? That would be really great. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Oh, I'm seeing all of you guys come in. I was calling you all out by name, but now so many of you are coming in. It's just... it's really nice to be able to see you guys. I can't even keep up whenever I multitask from my ability to share verbally, things like that. So anyway, guys, I am going to do it to it. I'm going to neutralize. I love you guys. I will see you in just a few minutes. We're going to rock and roll. And from that point forward, we'll talk to Aridif and see what he thinks about the upcoming year of 2020, guys. All right. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. Hello, Brazil. Yeah, this is something I think you guys will enjoy while I'm getting ready to neutralize. All of you guys, share where you're from in the world, because we have people from the world who join us every time. Every continent had over 137 countries represented in our YouTube statistics. So literally from every continent and almost every country in the world, we've had people who've looked at our channeling. So share. As you guys know, Rob Gauthier, Kalamazoo, Kalina Angell, Kalamazoo, little baby Lilith, and my son Jeremy, all from Kalamazoo, Michigan. We got a couple other Michigan here, a lot of people from the U.S., Australia. Just share where you guys are from. I think that you guys can enjoy chatting with each other while we're gone. Love you guys, and I'll see you in 5 to 7. All right, everybody, quite literally doing a balancing act on top of a box. Let me get the autofocus. There we go. Much better. All right, guys. Now, I don't say this usually for collective readings or collective channelings, but it's still true with collective channelings. Aridif's going to look at the energy of all the collective. He's going to look at their connections to the now moment, their connections to their higher selves, all the guides, all the entities involved with this channeling specifically, on people it's intended to connect with or listen to or whatever. He looks at that information, extracts, and then gives back that perspective from his own perspective. And the reason I tell everyone that is so that you guys can remember to enjoy yourself tonight, enjoy the channeling, enjoy the message, enjoy whatever you can from it. You know, when you do that, the energy comes back into you from the message, whether it's a message you mentally take in, emotionally, energetically, whatever the case is, you're going to receive it much more potently and much more powerful if you try your best to enjoy that energy. So love you guys. Enjoy. I'm going to take another drink. Actually, I got to get my water here for Aridif because I know he won't enjoy the organic stevia soda as much as I do. But I'm taking another drink, guys. I love you, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, let's do it. Greetings to all the Aridif, that is Aridif. In this is it spelled. We understand that all of you desire to look deeply into your upcoming year of linear time, in the year that you deem 20 and 20. But before diving into this energy, there are two things in which we wish to express. The first, above and beyond all things expressed within this day, to know, to feel, and to perceive that you are loved, and our perspective is of the utmost importance. Secondly, it is our greatest excitement, and within that same great excitement in which we co-create with each and every one of you, not only in this moment, but throughout your perspective of linear time, not only excited to connect with each and every one of you singularly, but each and every one of you collectively. Now, looking at the year 2020 within your terms, the energy that is bound forward is similar to many years previously and many years that are heading forward towards the 20 and 20 mark. The energies that we've gone through in the last 2 years have been both turmoil and excitement, both ridding yourself of negative thoughts, negative beliefs, limiting processes, and also expanding more so upon your mental, emotional, and spiritual health. All of those concepts have not come easy for some of you, yet others much more easily. This is greatly depending upon your own personality, or belief systems, or thought process, and where you are open to spiritual experience. Many of you who are just starting spiritual experience, the same as in all years, not only to the 20 and 20, but many of you who just start that experience are still within what humans call the romance stage, where you are looking at all things through your rose-colored lenses, great excitement looming around every corner, slight frustrations here and there, but for majority of the time and majority of your energy, it is all spent experiencing the expansion of yourself not known as deeply previously. Those of you who are in the middle stage, after your romance experience, but still before implementing the majority of your new beliefs into your daily experience, go through ups and downs much more deeply than those who are just starting. But those experiences are teaching larger lessons. More implementation comes from the lessons that are being learned, and more experiences are there to expand. Those of you in the final stage of implementation, many things come extraordinarily easy for you. The experience of adversity are finally perceived in the way that they are meant to be received by those who are going through the expansive experience, as lessons to be learned, experiences for the growth and benefit of not only the lower fractal consciousness, but the higher fractal consciousness, oversoul, and the entirety of the Earth collective consciousness. Of course, going upwards to the solar system collective, to the galactic collective, universal collective, and back to source energy. All experiences from the lowest to the highest point of consciousness, still valid, still an experience that is worth having, and still something that broadens the horizon of the person that you are. Now, one thing that we can share, as all three of these stages are implemented in towards the 20 and 20 energy, three different experiences will be experienced, and we will share in that lineage, of course. Now, there will not be time in this evening to share the entirety of what we wish to share, but we will divide into two portions. The first is the upcoming year and the energy that it is meant to explore within the Earth Collective. Now, Understand first, before we dive more deeply into this subject, each and every one of you are individuals. Each and every one of you is so vastly different from another. This is why a soul who is connected to all things will divide itself, go into an environment in which all feelings and experiences of oneness are taken from it, and the slate-wiped clean step into that new environment is for the benefit of a personalized experience within Earth Collective Consciousness. This is why some of you are born in the North American continent, others in the Australian continent, others in the African, and on and on. All of you desire different experiences in the environment that you are growing up, different parents that will lead you, teach you, let you express yourself or not express yourself in that expression. All of you find different pathways for the starting of your experience so that it can be guaranteed to have the vast differences that are required and excited to be experienced by the soul essence. That being expressed, know that although we speak in general terms in this evening, although we speak in three compartmentalized forms of consciousness, none of these are fully applicable to all of you. All of you will experience the parts of the experiences that we desire to share that are needed for your personal experience, for the personal growth and expansion of yourself and those around you. Nothing will be the same for all of you, and nothing will be different for all of you, depending upon your perspective and your own personal integrated process in to the experiences. That said, wave one in Romance Wave, beginning of your 2020, the theme that is played out not only for you, but the other two waves as well, is taking all of the hardships that you've experienced in the last 2.5 and 3.5 years, looking at those in broader terms than ever before, taking what in your experience is worth keeping and leaving the rest behind. There are spikes of the entertainment value of your own experience, and there are also spikes in the implementation of the parts of your experience that will teach you not to repeat cycles, not to repeat mistakes, not to repeat those parts of your experience that no longer are needed or applicable. The last 2.5 to 3.5 years of your experience have been repetitive. Why does consciousness repeat itself? Why does a soul go through its experience and choose to have similar or exact experiences over and over? When you feel that those experiences are not fun, are not growing your consciousness, not expanding your person as it is because the lesson that was meant to be experienced within that experience is not being taught to you in a whole way. Yes, partial ways of that experience do come to you. This year coming forward is the process that allows the repetitious cycles of those experiences to be finalized. Yet, we are not saying that there will be no more adversity, that there will be no more hardships in your way. But what we are saying is even those at the very front of your spiritual experience will start perceiving the implementation of those energies as a lesson learned much more quickly. Those of you who must experience something 20 times before having enough and changing your mental state, behavior, etc., will now only work within 2 to 5 times. Those of you who need 3 times that experience, only 1 or none. It is a shortened breadth and width, that energy. The first wave of those beings, the first romantic wave of your spiritual experience, will experience those in shorthand and longhand deeply in the first part of your 2020 experience. The 2020 region, all the way into your March month, will go through the implementation of finishing up all of the experiences that were difficult, all of those that have been repeated, in the last 1, 2, and 3.5 years. Finality is a great breath to release anxiety, to release that looming portion of your mind that fears that it will never end, or that the experience is doomed to repeat. Those of you in the second wave will feel large experiences more so than the first wave, but will end in a much shorter time, whereas March was the thumb mark for that energy in the first wave. Most of you in February, at the late end of February, will find that most of those things that are unfinished previously will come to its fruition. Most of you in the last wave are already experiencing ups and downs and dealing with them quite healthily. This will continue, but what will boost up the year cycle and energy is the experience where those implemented lessons are start to have that are teachable to those around you. There have been many of you who are experiencing your experience as you desire, who are excited by your experiences, but have not been able to share them. You find others either highly unreceptive to, or those that will not co-create experiences with the sharing and expanding of their own mind. But what we wish to share with you, those in the third cycle, is to be mindful in the ways that the implementation occurs. When you see others willing to expand themselves, many of you for the first 1.5 to 2 months will not even perceive that others are open and receptive. And the reason being is that the majority of belief systems that are held within you, that hold resistance, are deeply embedded. This is why you are not able to flush out those belief systems in the first 2 parts of your spiritual experience. They are deeply ingrained as a part of you. And certain relationships have been identified so deeply within yourself that there is a lack of ability to feel that those relationships can change. Be mindful, as not only yourself are changing, but those around you also are. Meaning that perhaps the person will not open up to your belief systems themselves. Perhaps the person will still hold a form of Christianity, a form of Judaism, a form of another religious construct. One moment. But the energies that are embedded within those belief systems can open up the energy of expansion for the person as a person. When we express that there are growth and expansion happening with all humans, we do not mean growth and expansion in the terms that all 3 waves of you understand growth and expansion to hold. All of you feel that growth and expansion come from the ability to know yourself, to know that you are a non-physical soul essence living a physical human experience for the benefit of that soul and of the lower fractal consciousness that you are. And that is your growth and expansion. But it is not the only growth and expansion. Some of you are highly aware of this, but the majority of you still feel that growth and expansion in the terms that you perceive are the only terms of growth and expansion that are acceptable or that can be defined as such. As you realize that energy, as you realize that your defined relationships are not truly defined only by the beliefs and repetitive actions that continue to occur, then you are able to finally release that energy and see the expansion that not only will occur in that moment, but has been occurring for the last 1, 2, and 3.5 years with those people in which relationships occur. Also, you will perceive those that you do not know being open and receptive, not your beliefs of spiritual influence or your beliefs of spiritual growth and expansion, but the entire process and act of expansion onto itself. And that definition will change. That perspective will change. That energy in your experience for the third wave will change. Going past that portion into the mid-year, noting that every solstice and equinox within a year, depending upon what hemisphere of the Earth collective that you live, are all marked by the similar energetic properties. Yes, of course, each individual precipice is a different format of energy as a part of the Earth collective, as they are always and always have been. But the energetic thread that runs through all four of 2 equinoxes and 2 of the energetic properties are that all beings within those moments will have the highest capacity to tap in to the depths of their own psychic networking. Some of you will experience this simply through intuition itself. Others will perceive it in deep form. Others will perceive it as psychic energetic forms of visualization through your third eye. All of you will have higher capacity and access to your psychic networking. Even those, yet again, that do not share the belief systems, that see growth and expansion in such drastically different terms, those entities will also feel that expansive nature within them. They will feel their intuitive self grow. Some will grow intuitively in emotional confinement, others in empathetic emotional confinements, yet others in empathetic mental confinements. All of the experience is different, but all with the same thread. And all of your turn 4 points of the year will have the same thread through. Now, of course, going from the dead winter to the growing of spring represents what all pagan entities in your experience on Earth believe it means: a growing of a new energy, the implementation of revitalization, going from there into the summer, the expansion into the full depth of what and who you are, the precipice of energy, going into the fall, the releasing of all of the heightened feelings of that great energy of youth, going into the in-depth portion of wisdom, then going from that to the release of that portion of reality. And those cycles continue. Every year, different themes are applicable, but done so from the individual perspective and partially the collective. Now, as we go into that portion of your second half of year, those of you in the first wave will find joy that is unlike any that you have ever experienced, finding the new energies of your experience being so beneficial, finding the growth and expansion that you have desired. Great deal of your experience will feel a heightened form of high that has never been experienced previously. Some of you will last this energy for 3 months, or 1 quarter yearly mark. Others will feel this for 1 month, others 1 week, others yet 1 day. But this cycle will implement a great feeling of heightened excitement never before perceived or felt by your experience. We wish to share with you to be mindful of this energy as you are going into this construct. Those of you who enjoy that heightened form, that great high, will feel a bit of disappointment, even all the way to a depressive energy, when you feel it starting to scale back. And it will scale back as other forms of adversity and other forms of growth must come in the secular form of Earth collective consciousness. Once this occurs, be mindful to realize to yourself that yes, there are cycles, yes, there are upwards and downwards emotions, thoughts, and experiences, but the greatest of high experiences are meant to be a marker for my experience to know that this is truly possible. The vibration of that is achievable and reachable, and I have that proof within me, as I have already experienced that energy. If you look at that perspective in that way, instead of looking at it as something that has left you or something that has gone awry from your expression, then you will only feel the negative attributes, aspects, and perspectives of that energy. If you see it for that benchmark that it can be, you can find yourself being motivated in times of low feelings to jump forward back to that energy. Those of you in the second wave also will feel great highs, not as deeply as the greatest high ever, but you will find more of your time being at higher highs and less of the lower lows. And you will find the implementation in medium vibration being less and less equivalent to your experience. You will find it being less and less important, less and less experience, and less integral to your energy. Once this occurs, you will find that yes, the lows can be of low nature, but you have the tools, the wherewithal, the strength, the knowledge, and the expansion to deal with those in those moments of time when needed to be dealt with, and take that just as the first wave as your benchmark, your excitement, knowing that you will have longer levels of that energy and implementation comes more quickly for you. The third wave of you, as you go into the midst of the year 2020, will experience a multitude of things. Now, we have to also divide into 3 different waves. Although it is only one wave, those of you who have already implemented a great deal, there will be 3 sections of your section that are applicable to your midterm 20 and 20 region. The first group of you are those who have the experience in certain terms of energetic waves. For example, there are lunar cycles that are involved with energy as it creates with the Earth Collective that is a part of a larger co-creative collective consciousness. Those parts are first wave, meaning that the energy starts going upwards when the moon cycle is at its fullest and are at its lowest when the moon cycle is also at its lowest. Those of you who experience that energy will experience an enriched sense of self, an enriched sense of your own ability to be with yourself, to perceive yourself, to love yourself, to implement the parts of yourself in relationships with others. Those of you in the second cycle who are at your beginning of lifting energy in the time where the moon is at half cycle, and at your lowest when it is the other portion of the half cycle, will find yourself easily able to find your experiences as they go forward, easily able to find that, perhaps as you would say it, the rose in every garden, the smile on every child, whatever term you wish to give this, you will be able to see more light than dark, and you will be able to see that expression in repetition with yourself and yet again reflected into your relationships. Relationships being a great part of all third waves. The third wave within the third wave, as you go to your second term portion of 2020, will find yourselves within the quarter lunar cycle, meaning at its quarter portion raising and the other quarter at its lowest. Those of you who are on this cycle will find yourself experiencing the very first part of the transition between the first quarter of your year and the second. Will find yourself having times where you've completely let go of your senses of responsibility and your senses of being held down to others' means, to others' perspectives, and others' truth. And with that will come a great deal of freedom that, although you understood previously, can be experienced in a different way. We are not saying that way is better. We are not saying that way is more expansive, but simply in a different way. Now, we will not continue with the entirety of the year until we come back into our co-creation. We understand Rob's time is limited, as all of you perceive that linear time, and it is affecting all of you in that way. But before disconnecting, we wish to express to all of you, there are many of you who have perceived great gifts that we share with you. You have perceived that we are great entities sharing the information and our own ideas with humans, and that is a great gift. And wishing or hoping that there's something within yourself that can be done, gives back to us as a show of thanks for this co-creation. First of all, we do not perceive it in the same fashion as you perceive it. Secondly, we do not perceive ourselves as anything more but equal to human beings. Although we are in higher density form, although the amount of consciousness available from our higher fractal consciousness into our lower fractal self is higher percentage-wise. We see ourselves perfectly equal to the creators that you are. Thirdly, and most importantly, as you are asking your queries to us, as you ask for us to speak of your year 2020, many of your questions, energies that you are not aware, energies that you perceive you cannot perceive, are thrown into our own creation. When we are able to perceive that energy, we are able to perceive parts of all of you that we have never perceived previously. Because we are part of the Earth Collective with you in this moment, as we are all part of the Universal and Galactic Collective, we are all truly one. If you are not able to perceive some energy and we are able to perceive, that means there are parts of our own energy that we have never perceived until this moment of shared perceive. This means that as you grow, we too are growing. We congratulate all of you for your growth. We thank you for ours. We bid you all adieu for this evening. You are loved. Not only are you loved, but we love you as well. We bid you adieu. All right, guys. Hey. All right. I hope the channeling went good. I love you guys. It's pretty late here. It's 12:30, about 30 minutes past when I was supposed to sleep, right? But yeah, you're welcome, guys. No worries. I'll be back in the next few days as I can. Maybe it'll be 2 days, maybe it'll be a week, maybe it'll be 2 weeks. But I'll be back to finish our channeling. I don't think Arda finished it. Probably didn't have enough time to. I'll assume that he did not finish it, and we'll come back and finish it up. And if for any reason he did finish it, we'll find another subject to chat about, right? Or expand on the one that we've already talked about. That's the good thing about Aridif and Treb. They can tell you 10 hours of something and still be able to expand upon it. So that's really good stuff. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys' love, support, all of you guys' energy. For those of you guys who are on Patreon who are here right now, me and Kalina will be getting the your ideas for the polls out very soon, and we'll be getting the form for your questions for the monthly question and answer out in the next couple days, so you can send in your questions, Treb and Arda. The rest of you guys will have an open forum soon once we get back rolling full time. And until then, guys, we love you. Thank you guys for being here. I'm so glad I got to show you guys the new baby. I'm so glad I got to show you guys the new place and the new Rob. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, I love you. Thank you for letting me be here with you guys, and thank you for being here with me. I always get to tell my Patreon people this because, like I said, I'm there with them every month, at least twice a month, but I miss this. I miss being able to talk with you guys. Channeling is awesome and it's great, but when Aridif or Treb get to talk to you for an hour, I don't get to. So this conversation and the first 30 minutes of my talk, however long it was, I miss that, and I'm glad to be on. That's why sometimes I will pop on here and I won't channel. I'll just be saying hi to you guys and talking to you and getting into the subjects that are interesting to you guys. A lot of new things are coming up this next year, and we want to finish this end of the year out with some really cool stuff too. So we love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Kalina sends her love. I know she's not able to type, but she really loves you guys too. And yeah, man, we're gonna do it to it. We'll see you guys in a few days, in a couple weeks, whatever it is. We'll make sure to get this last one finished up, guys. Love you guys too. Big smooches, hugs, loves back to all of you guys. We'll see you in a little bit, guys. And thank you all for coming tonight. I love that we had so many people in the live stream chatting. I can't wait to go back and read every one of your guys' comments in the live chat. Love you guys, and we'll see you soon. Love you guys. Bye.